be out of my Airbnb on this day. So I was like, okay, well, you know, you can stay a few days in my house. Like, I'm not tripping, whatever. So he kept, like, the date kept getting pushed back and pushed back. He's like, oh, like, they're trying to extend. And I was like, okay, you know, it's cool. But then I started getting, like, very turned off. He smokes too much weed. He does illegal shit. I knew he couldn't be my man. And I told him, I'm like, you can't smoke in my house. Like, you know, I'm like, what are you doing all day? He would, like, call me. Like, I'd be like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, I'm at my homeboy's house smoking. And I'm like, ugh, just, like, gross. Anyways, it just was turning me off. But he was still hella cool. And I didn't want to kind of do the same thing I did the first time and, like, ghost him. But he could kind of tell because I was, like, not trying to come home. And, like, I wouldn't be at my house because, like, he would be at my house. And I would be like, oh, I'm going to sleep at my friend's house tonight. Like, you could stay at my house though if you want. And he had all this stuff here. And, like, I just need my own space. Okay? Like, whatever. So I ultimately quit talking to him. I had basically told him, like, yeah, like, you know, first he said, do you feel like you need your own space? I can kind of tell, like, how you're acting. And at first I was like, no, you know, you're good. But then a couple days later, I was like, nah, like, yeah, I think I do need my own space. I'm going through a lot, whatever. So, anywho, he left and I quit talking to him, whatever, pretty much. And someone said, you be letting anyone stay at your place? Okay, because you've been here. But anyways, so I quit talking to him, whatever. This is like a couple months ago, like, that he quit staying in my house, like, whatever. And he wasn't here for that long. He was here for like 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks max. And I was just like, this is getting out of control, like, you know. So long story short, we didn't have a falling out or nothing. I just pretty much, like, quit talking to him. So, yeah, pretty much. So I get a text yesterday and was like, hey, can you show me a picture of Elevator Bay? Because my cousin just told me that that's her boyfriend that she lives with. And I was like, huh? Like, I was like, nah, like, it's probably not him. Because he's like a super low-key ass, like, don't have no Instagram, like no Instagram followers, like nothing like that. He's from like a different state. Like, he's not like a in the scene type of guy. Like, I was like, there's no way. So I was just like, all right. And I was like, but I quit talking to him, like, you know, a couple of months ago, like, whatever. So, and then I was really even about to put in a good word. I was about to be like, yeah, no, he's hella cool. Like, she should definitely talk to him. Like, we don't have no bad blood. Like, you know, that's my people. Because we were still hella cool. You feel me? Like, it was definitely no love lost. It was just like, I can't really mess with you like that. So she's like, I sent the picture. She's like, oh my God, that's him. She's been with him since December. Keep in mind, bruh. So this is like during all this time of him trying to come back and like, well, not come back, but like me apologizing and then him trying to like come back and like still fuck with each other, whatever. So I'm like, nah, that's hella crazy. So apparently they were staying at his mom's house in a different state. I'm not going to say the state because I don't want nobody to put the piece together in case they know who he is. And he would call me from his mom's house and be like, I'm out here because my place is being Airbnb'd in LA. And, you know, I'm just visiting my family. And I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. That's, you know, that's normal. I visit my mom. I stay at my mom's house when I go back in town. Don't matter how much money you got. You can always stay at your mama's house. You feel me? So, but he would be hella weird sometimes. Like, we'd be on the phone and then he like wouldn't call me when he's in the room. And I'd be like, why are you not calling me in the room? And he would be like, oh, I'm smoking with my sister and right now and blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, okay, but you keep not calling me in that room. But I'm like, whatever, like, let me not trip. Because, like, why would I trip? We're not in a relationship. Bitch, come to find out, the bitch was staying at his mama's house and hella stuff with him. And then I guess he didn't have the place in LA anymore. And he was, like, acting like, yeah, like, my place is being Airbnb'd in LA. And that's why I even said, oh, well, you can stay at my house, you know, for a couple of days until they get out, whatever. Bro, tell me why this nigga was in my shit, my house, my home, on the phone with my friend's little cousin. She's young as hell. Talking about, yeah, this my other place in LA. It's like this big ass loft, like whatever, da da da. Keep in mind, I would have never found this out, but he ran his mouth to the girl and was like, yeah, like, I used to fuck with Winter, like, blah, blah, blah. And that's how he got caught up, because the girl, her cousin is my friend. So she showed the picture to her cousin and was like, oh yeah, this is my man. He said he used to talk to your friend Winter. So he snitched on himself. Literally snitched on his fucking self for trying to be messy and brag that he used to talk to me. And got caught all the way up. She was like, he don't have a pot to piss in and this, that, and the third. I'm like, how did I get bamboozled? How did I get bamboozled? Literally. Did I ever check his phone? I don't check these niggas' phones. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Even if I have a boyfriend, I'm not checking nobody's damn phone. So that happened, right? So I felt hella bad for the girl yesterday, because she's over here like really in feelings over the nigga. Like, she's like telling me like, oh, like he's telling me he want to get married. He want to have kids. Keep in mind, the girl's very young. And I'm like, girl, that boy's a bum. Like, please leave. You're too pretty. Like, no, like, I didn't know all this. So I'm like, let me be a girl's girl. I was like, I'm gonna call this nigga and I'm gonna record it. So I call him. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, I wasn't in a relationship with her and blah, 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 all this stuff. But keep in mind, I'm sending this to her and he's saying whole other shit. Like, what? I don't even know Winter like that. And bruh. But on the phone with me, I never said that. I never said I messed with you and blah, 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 all of that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fucking crazy. And he's like 28 and the girl is like 22. And I'm like, I called him a predator. I was like, hey, Michelle. I'm like, you're a predator because you're manipulating this very young girl. Moving to a place with this young ass girl. He told the girl, she was like, yeah, when we were staying at his mom's house, I would hear him on the phone with somebody, with a girl. And he would say, that's one of my hoes. Like he was pimping. What? I said, baby, that boy ain't never pimped a damn thing in his damn life. Why is he? And it's just so sad because I feel like it's only young girls who would believe shit like that. Would believe things like that. It's like, what? And why would you even deal with that? Oh my God. Bruh. I was flabbergasted yesterday. And I just basically told him, like, never mention my name again. Don't ever say you dealt with me again. You're a clown. A bum. Why are you lying and saying my house is your house? I pay the bills. Sorry, my phone went on 20%. Anyways, I was just flabbergasted yesterday. Flabbergasted, like, and I was just really trying to be a nice human. I was like, I did that boy wrong. Like, you know, he was so sweet to me. Baby, no. And this is why I don't deal with poor men. Because imagine if I really, like, could get in my feelings for a broke nigga and, like, my feelings was hurt over a bum. Baby, no. Can't happen. Cannot happen. So I'm hurt as a friend, as all of those things. What sign is he? What sign is he? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I think he's a Virgo. Why do I think he's a Virgo? He might not be a Virgo. I don't know. A broke nigga is not for me because, hello. What's my zodiac sign? I'm a Taurus. I was flabbergasted, flamboyant. So yeah, much. He's nuts, a rodent, and yeah. Someone said you have the worst taste in men. Well, he wasn't even really my taste in men, which is why I was trying to be nice to him. That's not even my taste in men. My taste of men is very rich with a big, big dick and all the jokes. That's my type. And that's why I am single, because I'm so picky with men. Like, I'm so picky and I don't tolerate anything. Like, I am really Judge Judy elevator bum. From elevator bed to elevator bum. I'm just too picky when it comes to men. Like, and then not only am I picky, I'm this quick to cut them off. Like, my brother's in jail and I be telling the elevator swindler. I be telling my brother, like, all my business because he's in jail and, like, he be bored. I tell him everybody that I be dating, like, no matter who they are. And he's like, what happened to so-and-so? What happened to so-and-so? What happened to so-and-so? And I'm like, baby, keep up. We're on a roll. The nigga got dropped last week, 2 days ago. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. But I really need to stop doing that because my therapist is like, girl, give these boys a chance. Please give these men a chance. No, it's Judge Judy. The gavel has been freaking cracked. She thinks she's going to get all three in a man. And I am. And I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I want everything. I'm not settling. I promise you, I'm not. Your brother's fine as fuck, gross. So that was a very interesting order in the court. I'm about to start saying that to guys when they have me fucked up. Before I even flash, I'm going to be like this. Order in the court, and it's your first warning, or I'm going to get you up out of here. Okay? Order in the court. Otherwise, you're headed to jail. And that's my block list. You're headed to jail. But what you offering, said a bum. Baby, don't worry about what I'm offering because you're never going to experience it. You don't have to wonder what I bring to the table because I am the table, okay? Don't you trip. Don't you trip. You're not even in the lane to try to figure out what I bring to the table. That's really on God. Winter, I can't wait till you find your soulmate. Honestly, please. Y'all, if everybody could just say a small prayer because I am tired. I am so exhausted. Like, I'm just exhausted. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to get to know nobody new. I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to. I don't care. I be sitting there talking to people like, I don't care. Shut up, we got beef. I saw your call, girl. I was taking a nap. Somebody said, oh, Lorenzo said, don't shop in the luxury department and ask for a discount, period. Like, why are you trying to talk to me if you can't? If you knew I was a materialistic bitch, why'd you come without the materials? Somebody said back to the recycling bin. No, guys, I'm going to say guys, I'm done with recycling men. I'm currently on a recycled man, but this is his first time being recycled, and if it don't work out, then he's just never coming back. I'm done recycling men. None of my old dudes can come back, and they know that. This guy said, I got the materials, baby. I'm screaming. Some said, you back, babe? Y'all, I've been pretty much gone off of social media for a while. Not all the way, but a little bit. I was thinking about doing my makeup and doing content today, but I'm just like, I just need to rest. Like, I've been resting. You guys keep saying Justin and I are friends. We're going to always be friends. We're going to always have love for each other, but we're never, ever, never, never, ever getting back together. So let's just drop it and leave it alone because that's just the mood. Do you think it's going to be hard having children old? Damn, what am I, 40? I'm in the normal age of when people have kids. You know, I grew up a little differently. I grew up around people having kids very young. And then I realized that people who are successful have kids later. You know, in their 30s. So I'm not concerned. I'm just creating a new narrative for my future children. I'm creating a rich narrative and a successful narrative and a happy and a healthy narrative for my kids, which is different from what I grew up from. Please don't have a child out of wedlock. That's probably going to happen. I don't even know if somebody said girls stop being in denial. Everyone has kids young. That's not actually, I mean, a lot of people have kids young, but that's actually not that average. Like, if you like see people who are successful and like come from money, they're not just all having teen pregnancies. Like, I didn't come from money. I came from nothing, and I grew up around everybody having kids as teens. Even I almost had kids as a teenager and like when I was super young. And if I would have, my whole life would have been different. I don't think there's anything wrong with that though. Do you? But when you see successful people, you're like, oh, they're not just rushing. Your brows need to get done bad. I know. I've been growing them out. And everybody don't want to have kids in your 20s. Like, you know what? For me personally, like, me not having kids in my teen years or my early 20s, it's been so good to me because I've always been able to just jump up and do whatever I want. And I've done so much stuff in my life. Like, I've been able to travel the globe, do whatever I want to do, have so many experiences because I didn't have to, like, you know, worry about anybody else. And sometimes it's okay to just be selfish. I'm not saying it's anything wrong with having kids whenever y'all want to have kids. But somebody said you're almost 30. I'm confused. No shit, bitch. Like, hello? Like, that's the whole conversation. We're talking about not having kids young. Are you stupid or slow? Anyways, so, yeah. So me not having, like, kids in my early 20s, I'm happy about it because I could like just fully experience it and do everything that I wanted to possibly do and not have to worry about anybody else and just be selfish. So I don't know. I mean, I do want to have kids in like a couple of years. I don't know. I've always wanted them, but then I'm always like, do I really want to think about somebody else? And then also, it's like, it's so annoying. Like, I'm 29 now, so I just turned 29. This is my last year of my 20s, baby. I'm about to be grown. But it's just so funny to me because, like, now everybody's like, you're pushing 30. You're pushing 30. And it's like, yes, I am. I'm going to be 30 next year, which sounds crazy. But, like I said, I've been able to do so much and, like, live my 20s to the absolute fullest. And, yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for the next chapter. It's been so amazing for me. Hard, but I've learned so much. Right, that's not even old. Yeah. 30s is not old, and so many people who have told me like, no, your best years is your 30s, and I'm kind of excited I'm scared, but like I'm like excited because I know that just who I am now is just so different from when I started out in my 20s. Like, I'm a whole different person. Like, my temperament has changed, my mindset has changed, everything has changed. Everything has changed, like 100%. And it's great. They say your 30s are your 20s, but with more money. Yes, and that too, period. On God. And I'm way finer than when I started out in my 20s. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm way finer. I was an ugly little rodent. I don't know how I used to, you know, still do. But just, the boys was on me. And I don't know why. Because I look back and I'm like, I was ugly. But okay. Advice you'd give us 20-year-olds. I would say work for your dreams. Do not give up. Don't feel bad about having to cut bitches off and lose friends because that's completely normal. Do not waste too much time on one man or woman, whoever's in here, on like a dead end toxic relationship. Do not waste years on somebody if it's toxic and you know that it's bad for you, no matter how in love you are. I think that for me, one of my regrets is wasting so much time on people that were bad for me. I can definitely say that. And like, when I say like go after your dreams, like I know a lot of people sit there and say, oh, I want to start this business, I want to start doing it, but I don't know nothing about it. Honestly, I really feel like everything that I did, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't graduate high school, I didn't go to college. Everything that I've done for myself, I just have to, I dive into it and I mess up and I figure it out and I keep going. And that's just the best way to do anything. Like even when I started my store, Frost Collection, that I don't do anymore. But when I started Frost, I started with like, I don't even know, a couple $100 maybe. And I had to figure that shit out. Everything. How to print a label, how to package an order, to do everything that I had to do. To make it smoother. Should I hire somebody to do my packaging? Like blah, blah, blah. You know, so I had to learn about all of that. When I did my book, I didn't know anything about a fucking book. I had to figure it out. I had to do my research, find people who could help me out and give me advice and, you know, tell me what I needed to do. Why don't I do Frost anymore? I still sell my book on Frost, but that's about it. I don't want to do anything else on Frost. Somebody said, since women like you on Instagram are so open about life experiences, why not just open up the price that comes with choosing prostitution as a side hustle and then later regretting it in life? I am not a prostitute. I don't know why people think that just because I'm a badass bitch with a bag, I'm a hoe, but I'm not a hoe, and I do not get my money from men. Have I dated men who have given me lots of money? Absolutely. Have I turned down men when they asked to give me money? Absolutely not. You know, my Zelle, Cash App, and my Apple Pay. I love it. I love men giving me bread. I honestly do, and I love being spoiled, and I'm a spoiled little monster of a bitch. Honestly, I truly am. But I get my own money, and I don't sell coochie. And trust me, I have friends who do, and they are very disappointed in me for my choices to not be a hoe. But that is my choice, okay? Pretty much. So I know that it's hard for you to understand. And they said former prostitute. I'm not a former prostitute. I'm a former stripper. I started stripping at 17 years old. If you want more details, you can definitely read my book and know all about it. There's no secret about me. There's no hidden anything about me because there's just no way that I would ever give anybody the opportunity to throw some shit in my face. So there's those details, if anybody has any more questions. I need to get my lashes done, but I just can't right now. So what do you guys do for a living? You just said guys give you money. So do you do anything else? Guys do not give me money for a living. I have dated men with money in the past, and that's what they like to do. They like to give you money. I mean, I'm a bad bitch. Like, what do you want me to say? What do I do for a living? I'm an author. I do music. I had a store that I've had for years that now I just do my book on. I do social media, YouTube. Like, what are you missing here? Why do people always ask me what I do for a living? I just feel like it's so obvious. Have you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior? No. Probably with somebody daddy, that's why. No, it was not anybody's daddy. I do not date sugar daddies or old men because I think that they have money. I don't need to do that. If I'm going to date somebody, I'm going to date somebody because I like them. They make me laugh. They have good wee-wee. I'm never going to date somebody just off of the fact because they have money. But those are the type of people that I am around and in my life. So those are the people that I obviously date because they are in my pool of options to gauge. Understand? Start a podcast with Trisha Paytas. Y'all, I'm about to do a podcast at the end of the month with my friend. I'm not going to say which one, though, but if you guys can put the pieces together. But, yeah, pretty much. You don't even post on YouTube. You're right. I don't really post on YouTube anymore. But if you think that that doesn't mean that I don't get paid from YouTube, that's kind of funny. I'm going to always get paid from YouTube. I do kind of want to do some videos, though. I've been wanting to do, like, foodie stuff. I, like, really, that's kind of like a baby, like, hobby of mine. But anyways, I hope that I just answered questions for you guys. Somebody said, I remember when you were at Starbucks at my job and I was nervous to say hi. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Always say hi to me. I'm very nice in person. Do you believe in God? I believe in God. Am I a Christian or a Catholic? No, I'm not. I believe in God, though, and I believe in the universe. And I practice, you know, some things that some people know. Pretty much. Anyways, all right, y'all, I'm about to get off here and do my eyebrows because that's what I came on here to do anyways. Up here to do.